Coming up on Mountain News this morning, some former London City Council members came out to voice the reasons for resignation. And Bourbon, it's a staple of Kentucky, and now Senator Mitch McConnell is looking for congressional support to keep the industry alive.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning and a happy Thursday to you. I'm Amelia Lee, here with you on this May 8th. It's 5:31 this morning. And Megan, unfortunately, we missed May the 4th together. It was Star Wars Day, and I know Megan's the biggest Star Wars fan in the world.
I am unfortunately not a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan, but I am a fan of May the 4th. It is just a fun day, and my dad is a big fan, of course. But for today, your May 8th, here's what you need to know. We do have some denser fog this morning as you're traveling into the corner of Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. 2-mile visibility in Harlan, 3-mile in Jonesville. Now we could see some lower clouds today, so as you're driving in higher elevation, just make sure you're being aware and driving slow if you do encounter any fog. Here's a look at satellite and radar this morning, seeing some heavier chances of rain entering into the region this morning just north of Pulaski County. We'll see that entering into Rockcastle in the next couple of minutes, and we'll have those storm chances this afternoon. Current temperatures are sitting in the 50s across the region, seeing 61 in Monticello, and as we head to the afternoon, we're looking at a mixture of the 70s, low 70s for Irvin, Moorhead 73, upper 70s as you travel towards Grundy, 78 degrees. We'll hit that high temperature a little bit earlier than we expect, around that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock mark, because those chances of storms will really ramp up as we're heading into the late afternoon, early evening hours. Amelia.
We are learning new details about the resignation of 3 London City officials. Former Police Chief Jerry Holland, Council Member Holly Little, and City Clerk Caitlin McPeak all stepped down from their positions. Samantha Valentino obtained copies of all of their letters of resignation. She'll walk us through the reasons for their departures.
WKYT was the first to report on now former London Police Chief Jerry Holland's resignation on Friday. It's a decision he calls difficult, but in his words, quote, given the current political environment, Holland says resigning from his position is the right move at this time. His letter of resignation addressed to Mayor Randall Weddle is dated April 29th and took effect on Friday. Holland says he's leaving the department to pursue another career opportunity. With Holland's resignation, Assistant Chief Bobby Day is serving as acting chief. City Clerk Caitlin McPeak has also resigned effective this Friday. In her letter, McPeak says the decision to step down was not made lightly and comes as a result of a rare opportunity for growth in a role that more closely aligns with her degree. City Council member Holly Little submitted her resignation on Friday. She did not cite a reason. The resignations come as the city and the police department have received public criticism in recent months after Kentucky State Police say a London police officer shot and killed Doug Harless inside his home. In March, Harless's sister told me their family was frustrated that they've yet to receive answers about her brother's death.
We are needing answers to our questions. And every time we ask those questions of the chief of police, of the mayor, we get told it's under investigation. These questions we are asking will not hurt that investigation. These are logical questions.
KSP is leading the investigation, one that they say remains ongoing nearly 5 months since Harless was killed. In 2017, state police formed a critical incident response team to investigate officer-involved shootings and other critical incidents. While the CERT team assisted on scene the night Doug Harless was killed, the investigation into his death is being handled by KSP Post 11 in London.
Now, former Chief Jerry Holland's resignation letter also cites the possibility of budget cuts. He writes, quote, hopefully my departure will free up city funds to prevent another officer from losing their job, end quote. And a heated exchange at London City Council meeting is going viral. The body camera video shows Councilwoman Kelly Smith Green arguing with Fire Chief Donnie Hale after the meeting. It started over an agenda item titled Fire Department Discussion. Hale says he emailed council members early Monday morning asking about the agenda item, but only 2 responded. It was during a conversation between Hale and Green after the meeting when things escalated. Mayor Randall Weddle says the incident highlights a long-standing pattern.
I just think that it finally was caught on camera, the way that she treats city employees. And she wants to act as if the employees are not happy or they're under a thumb by her words in the past. And, that's just not the case.
Councilwoman Green did not respond to our request for comment. A husband and wife are dead after a stabbing in Huntington, West Virginia. The incident happened at a home on 19th Street near Dalton Avenue last Saturday. Huntington police say Teresa and Brandon Kimball, who were married, both died of knife wounds. Police say their investigation indicates the couple lived in the home and that the stabbing happened during a fight. A Perry County man is accused of trying to kill his brother. The shooting happened on Mudlick Road in the Avawam community. Deputies say 28-year-old Michael Neese was shot in the arm by his brother, 24-year-old Dalton Colmer. Deputies say Colmer immediately put down a shotgun when they arrived. Colmer was arrested and then charged with attempted murder and one endangerment. An attorney in Knott and Perry counties is facing several charges after an incident last year. In October, Kentucky State Police pulled Jeremy Morgan over for reckless driving. A trooper says he got into a physical altercation with them and also stashed cocaine in the trooper's cruiser. Morgan was indicted by a grand jury earlier this month on several charges, including possession of a controlled substance, tampering with evidence, resisting arrest, and driving under the influence. In Grayson County, a man faces more charges after police say he put pictures of women and girls on an adult website without them knowing. State police charged Zachary Robinson with 27 counts of stalking Tuesday. Police say he took photos of the women and underage girls from their social media pages and then put them on an adult website. Yesterday, KSP charged him with possessing child porn and evidence tampering. State police are asking for help finding a wanted man. If you look at your screen, you can see a picture of 29-year-old Shodam Yuldiva, and he is wanted for tampering with physical evidence. He's described as 5 feet 7 inches tall with brown hair and green eyes. If you see him, you're asked to contact the Moorhead KSP post at 606-784-4127. Senator Mitch McConnell is advocating for Kentucky's bourbon industry in a recent bipartisan push. It happened during a Senate Agricultural Committee hearing in Washington. Senator McConnell questioned Chris French, the acting associate chief of the U.S. Department of Agriculture Forest Service, for the questions revolving around the White Oak Resilience Act. The bipartisan bill requires the USDA to research conservation efforts to ensure a stable white oak supply. Senator McConnell released a statement saying, quote, Kentucky bourbon is synonymous with the white oak tree, which is used to age our state's signature spirit in wooden barrels. Unfortunately, 75% of the nation's white oak population is rated as mature, meaning that there will be a shortage of white oaks within 30 years. Congress must act to ensure the preservation of this invaluable resource. A standard ID just won't cut it anymore. To board domestic flights, you'll need that real ID. After years of delays, the government is finally enforcing real ID requirements. TSA says the updated identification is for enhanced security purposes. Without one, you can still fly with other identification, but it will take longer. Well, some folks are ready for the change. Others say they'll continue to use alternative forms of identification.
Real ID is a lot easier. I don't have to worry about losing my passport. I feel like that's definitely a big deal if you do that.
I'd rather prefer using a passport because it covers all genres versus just having a real ID where it just covers our country.
If you've not gotten your real ID yet, you can still get one at any of Kentucky's regional driver's licensing offices. You can just go to drive.ky.gov to find the one closest to you, and then make sure you bring your current ID or birth certificate, social security card, and proof of residency with you. If you have not applied for federal assistance and were impacted by the February flooding, time's running out. There are multiple ways to apply. Online at disasterassistance.gov, with the FEMA mobile app, or by visiting any disaster recovery center in person. And that deadline to apply is May 25th. There are multiple ways FEMA can help out, with relief funding available for personal property and cars. Health professionals gathered at Perry County Central High School to teach CPR to students. Mike Turner with the American Heart Association tells us approximately 350,000 people go into cardiac arrest outside the hospital every year in the U.S. He says only 10% of that total number survive. The principals at Perry County Central High School say they're glad their students learned this life-saving measure.
It's just something that's really imperative that all students know, all adults. I wish we could have the whole community trained in it, because you just never know when you need something like that. Especially, considering our community is one that, flooding and a lot of things like that could really be a contributing factor.
Every single student in grades 9 through 12 at Perry Central were taught CPR yesterday. Turner says Hazard and Buckhorn High Schools will host the training event on Monday. It's 5:41, and it may come as a dismay to some, but either way, Netflix plans to redesign its homepage with significant new features.
And severe storms are possible today. I'll have how the weather will impact you up next.